right, I don't like scripts. I don't like planning videos out. I find a topic, I talk about it, I finish recording, I upload. I've tried to do a video recap, a response, a this, a that, and the other of a topic that of a topic that seems to be ongoing with my channel, which is, am I a Shadiversity dick rider? No, I am not, because why would I be? You know what I mean? Like why the fuck would I? Like, so we have this bloke on the channel. He left a video on the Shad versus Matt Easton thing, and he basically it's a contrary opinion to the basics of like, what is the norm for that channel videos. Well, for that video on my channel, because you know there's a lot of comments responding to it are supportive of Shad, which is, you know, it's understandable. You know, it's understandable. Shad has a lot of popularity, and it's not just by accident. You know, it's. I don't know. So this guy, he comes in and he starts talking. He starts, you know, he's actually being quite combative, which is not what you want to do. Because if you want me to engage, like you've got to hold yourself with a bit of decorum, right? You've got to play the fucking game. It was like, when I explain myself and I say, you know, I'm just trying to be an internet funny man, I'm trying to sit on the sidelines and take the piss, he goes, yeah, but you are not sitting on the sidelines trying to be funny. You are taking sides and making misrepresentations and assumptions just in this thread alone. And he goes on and he fucking, like, when did I say that being anti-homophobic, anti-racism, anti-fascist and anti-misogynist are bad qualities? Like, do you think I'm sort of like super ultra mega Hitler, right? Because I'm not. You can ask my ex-boyfriend, mate. I'm not homophobic. Like, I've got friends of all creeds and colours, right? I try to live by the saying my mum used to always say to me, which is people are people. Right, and it seems a bit reductive, but when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. People were people, right? I did a follow-up video where I talked about Metatron getting involved. I actually agree, and I put my hands up and say I was a bit too hard on Matt Easton, but you suspect that I... let's read it word for word, shall we? So, Shad loses his shit over a cartoon princess wearing pants and yells for an hour how it's turning people gay, pushing feminism, and leading to communism. Scowl, of course, kind of warned everyone years ago, but few listened. If you really think you are just sitting on the sidelines trying to be funny, maybe rethink that, though I suspect you know you aren't. I suspect, mate, that you haven't satisfied a fucking woman. How about that? Right? Oh man, I don't mean to go in on you like this, like quite hard. Right. I actually made this point in the follow-up video where I talked about Metatron's statement, where I talked about Sargon getting involved for some reason. Like, he needed to like get involved because, you know, if there's a way to over-intellectualize and drive people towards the lotus eaters, you know, he's got to get in on that. Like, there's a reason why I take the piss, right? It's because people are way too self-important nowadays, and they're talking like, you know, this whole culture war fucking bullshit where people are like, oh, it's the war against communism. Oh, the capitalists and fascists are in league with the racists, and we need to kill them. Like, for fuck's sake, will you just leave it alone? You're way too self-important. You really need to like go for a shit and a cigarette or something, you know. Flush it out of your system, whatever you need to flush out, because the reason I do what I do is because I know I'm not the only one that's absolutely sick of like constant political debates between people who think they're smarter than they actually are. I make no fucking bones about the fact that I am a fucking dumbass, right? I've got my biases. The reason why I went as hard on Matt as I did in that video, mate, is because I've watched Shad for longer. I didn't know anything. It was really just like judgment calls. I called him crackhead Mike Ehrmantraut. Not apologising for that. That was a fucking banger of an insult, right? You can use that if you like. There's a reason I hide my face. I'm fucking hideous, right? Deleted lines from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2022. Are you ugly? Quite the opposite. I'm fucking hideous, mate. I might edit that in. Fucking. But here's the thing. I just like. Okay, let's make this right. I didn't go in and hard on Shad enough, right? His beard sucks. He's got a flabby face. Most of his fucking pictures that I saw online were him doing fucking soy face. What else? He's a Mormon. He's never going to be Joshua Graham, is he? Like, that's my favourite, one of my favourite characters in gaming. I love Joshua Graham. He's a fucking banger of a fucking character. And Shad's just not it, is he? What else can we insult? He's got 6 kids. I'm not going to go in on them. They've done nothing to deserve it. They've got a hard enough time with Shad being their father. Is that good enough? I feel like I've gone hard enough. My name is Jackal. Thank you for interacting with my video. I'm not going to say thanks for the engagement, thanks for helping the algorithm, mate, because it has actually made me think about my positions. And yes, I'm a bad comedian. What are you going to fucking do about it? Not laugh. Right, so I'm going to try and summarise this because my throat hurts, my knee hurts, my ankle hurts, my hip hurts, my back hurts, my head hurts. And this ain't like a pity party, I'm just stating the facts. So, I went too hard on Matt Easton, right? So, how do I rectify this situation? Do I take the video down? Do I? Or do you want me to insult Shad a little bit? Right, let's just go off. He's a fucking soy face pulling, flabby, he's got a shit beard, he's Australian, you know, he's never going to be Joshua Graham, you know, that's the only real reason people like do Mormonism nowadays is to copy Joshua Graham. That's my personal opinion, which is the right opinion. You're not allowed to be wrong. You are. I'm taking the piss. This is called comedy, you know. It's that thing people have fucking forgotten about because people take themselves way too fucking seriously about a lot of fucking topics and things, and they just get like really like hostile and combative. And if Shad really didn't mean that much to Matt, he wouldn't really have not put out a fucking comment about it. You know what I mean? Like, he wouldn't have been like, well, I had an interaction with someone who I later found out to be super ultra mega Hitler, and I have disassociated myself with him, and I've taken down the picture of the blah 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 blah. Like, he wouldn't have made that statement if there wasn't like a serious thing for him to make that statement about. And it's the same thing with Shad when he started saying, it's like, oh, something terrible has happened. Like, if he was just a fucking, like, colleague, I think they were secretly fucking.